Hey gang, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in again. We have just spent about a week in Perth waiting out a big storm that ripped through, and while that was going on we had a few bits and pieces looked at on the Jeep, so that went all well, and now we have headed north.
Yes, so today is the 1st of June, first day of winter. You probably can't tell, it's 25 degrees here. Finally, we are just above Geraldton, so we have made our way north, as you can tell, as the restrictions have completely eased up in Western Australia since last Friday. So we can head without any restriction now.
Oh, so nice, such a huge relief. So hopefully it eases up for the rest of you all around the world. So we booked our barge ticket to a place called Dirk Hartog Island, which is going to be phenomenal and a big bucket list item for Ange and I. So that is in 2 weeks' time. So we're going to explore for the next couple of weeks and show you what the top of Western Australia has to offer.
So this is the famous Pink Lake, which is a salt lake in Western Australia. This is what it looks like. So as you can tell from very close, you can tell it's very pink. In the distance, not that much. So when we arrived, we were a bit disappointed. We thought, it's not going to be as pink as on the photos. It's kind of like one of these spots like Instagram versus reality. But we took the drone up just like a few minutes ago, and it looks insane from the air. It's definitely one of these places when you want to drone and really enjoy the view from there. So we'll check some clip now. This is what it looks like.
Good morning. So we just got up, it's about 6 a.m. We slept the night right on the rim of the lake. We're in the middle kind of nowhere. Ange's flying the drone. She's gotten pretty good at it now, which is cool. Used to freak her out, but yeah, doing a lot better. So right over this little sand dune complex here that you can see in the background is basically the ocean. Pretty mental place to wake up.
Okay, so we've just arrived in Kalbarri. We left the Pink Lake this morning, which was super nice, much better than we expected. And we just drove along the coast. There's lots of lookouts on the way. It's a little bit, I would say, I compared it like the Great Ocean Road of Western Australia. A lot of massive cliffs. I can see already some flies. Here we go, it's starting. So yeah, we just stopped on the way, scouted the place. As you can tell, or maybe not, it's very windy today, so we're not gonna do much filming. We're just kind of exploring around. We are now having lunch just by the river. It's a bit more sheltered here, so we'll stay here for a couple of hours. maybe explore a bit further and check the national park. We've got a lot of things to explore, a lot of time. We've got 10 days until the car talk, so we'll take you along the coming adventures. All right, let's explore. Took it ring along the Murchison River, trying to find a campsite for the night. There's a lot of like dirt roads and tracks around here, so it's pretty good territory for the Jeep. All right, I've found a spot. It's so peaceful.
So warm, the wind's completely died down. There's like a bunch of water birds over that way. But surprisingly, it's kind of a river, but it's actually salt water. While we were parked up in Perth for that really rainy week that it's just been, when we got back to the car, the stainless steel bench top that I made, our cutting surface, had completely come up from the glue, like everywhere, the entire way around. It had come up all at once, which was really strange. I think it must have been that it had been a little bit wet in the car, because it leaks a tiny bit at the front of the car into the driver's seat. It's not heaps, but it's just enough that it probably got really humid and cooked in here. And it's obviously just lifted up the, it was like a liquid nails that I'd used. So rushed to Bunnings and bought like an Aerolite, a 2-part epoxy, and that fixed it really well. I don't think that's going to budge anytime soon. And then the first time we started cooking from the car again, our Coleman Triton pretty much blew up. So I heard it leaking out of one of the burners, and so it was kind of leaking from under the burner there. You could just kind of hear it, and then that was going the whole time. So if you lit either one, it would light whatever gas that was leaking from and just make like big, like puff, big kind of explosions. Scared the daylights out of me for the first time it happened. So luckily, we were like the last town before we're in the middle of nowhere sort of thing, with Dirk Hartog on the horizon the next couple of weeks. So we were really lucky we could get another one, because most stoves don't actually fit in here. Like there's a few 3-burner ones I would have liked to have tried, or ones that are much larger, like the Fire Night. Just they don't fit in this drawer. I made it specifically for this size, and I think that's one of the little downfalls with building your own kitchen, is it was built to what gear we had. But anyway, we managed to get another one. On the last one, I had removed the windbreak that comes out on both sides, and that was also so that you could film the kitchen segments up here with the GoPro. But we're going to leave that on this time because it does stop a huge amount of wind, and we ended up having to just like stack plates all around it. So that works really well. And the bonus was that it came with a different gas hose. Now we always keep this gas hose covered, because when it gets dusty, it just doesn't work at all, and it doesn't create a very good seal. So yeah, that's a bit of a bonus there. And because I had removed that, sometimes the hose would get too close to the flame, which was really dodgy. And we burnt it in a couple of places. And here we're getting little tiny mosquitoes. Look at this little baby bastard. So I'm gonna, not too shabby of a spot, gang. Look at that. Now it's time to fight the mosquitoes.
Good morning. So we've left the Murchison River this morning and headed down south again to the Lucky Bay area. So we checked it on the way and it was a bit too windy, so today looks better. Chris is dropping tire pressure, going to
16.
16, yeah. There are some huge dunes and quite soft sand, so that should be perfect for it. Alright, we just parked the beast on the beach. We're surrounded by sand dunes on one side and this bay on the other side. So Chris is really excited.
Oh yeah.
He's getting ready to go for spearfishing.
Yes, it's been so long.
There may not be many fish around here apparently. I'll still give it a go.
If there are, I'll find them.
I actually bought some fins and like a snorkel gear in Perth, so maybe today that will be my first time as well trying it. Like, it's very hot today, so will be the perfect day to jump in the water.
Alrighty, so just filed down the tip of the spear because I've been smashing into sand and rocks obviously, so that's nice and sharp now, or as sharp as I can get it. And then I was just using an old duffel bag, like a scrunch up duffel bag I'd had for ages from Kathmandu, to store all my stuff, but it started to stink of fish. So Ange got me, we went to a Drino in Perth, which I wanted to go to for ages. And Ange, as a belated birthday present, got me this bad boy. So, pretty awesome dry bag from Spora Sub, nice and big. That's what I'm storing all my stuff in now, and she's watertight. And then I'm gonna use the old duffel bag from before for my fish bag. So that's got like my knife and my scaler and my catch bag in it. But yeah, I was doing lots of hiking before, so this one I can actually chuck it on my back, and the fins actually fit inside it, which are huge. So looking forward to giving that a whirl today. I bought these shark eyes to have on the back of my mask, and the idea is that it stops the instinct of a shark to ambush you. So similar to things in the animal kingdom, that's the idea. So at least it would stop a shark that was behind me wanting to ambush. It's not going to stop a shark underneath me, but I don't usually go so deep that a shark could get under me without me noticing anyway. So that's just one little deterrent. So the spearfishing turned out to be way better than I thought it would. There were so many fish I couldn't decide what to go after. There was like some sort of tusk fish, but it was kind of small, and then a bunch of other fish I've never seen before that were down south. Just haven't seen them. Unfortunately, the GoPro died when I started to hunt for some crayfish that were between some rocks. I was trying to grab them with my hand, couldn't reach them, so gutting. And the tide started to suck me out the gap. So I think I'll go back out tomorrow morning when the tide's coming in. But I did shoot a couple of fish. This one's called a flathead, and apparently the eating is 5 out of 5. This, as far as I know, is called an emperor, and the eating is 4 out of 5. So should have got a couple of really tasty fish here. No more morwongs for me. Something massive was lurking under a rock ledge. It came out, had a look at me, went under. I think probably the biggest fish I've seen so far. It would have been easily a meter long, maybe a bit longer, and it was thick. It was a huge fish. Don't know what it was, but we'll see if we can find him tomorrow.
All right, it's time to jump back in the water. This time we're going for crayfish. So me, I'm just gonna snorkel along. I went with Chris the first time as well, but I had to go back to shore because I got a little bit dizzy. It's my first snorkel, it's been like a while. So just getting like, you know, used to it again. But yeah, really excited to jump back in the water. Temperature is perfect. So let's do it.
Find some crayfish. Got myself a cray, reached under a ledge and pulled the guy out. So it's the first time I've cooked cray before. So just pan frying it in oil, in olive oil. Just the tail, I just popped the tail out. But yeah, there are so many crayfish under the ledges there, but I can't get, my arm's just not long enough to grab them. And there were some big whopper ones. So next time we head into the little town, I'll see if the dive shop has a like a cray pole. It's got like a little hoop on the end and you can pull them out that way. But yeah, I can't wait to try this.
I don't know if you can tell, this is a bag of rice. This is our GoPro inside. Unfortunately, took it on the dive with us and it just doesn't want to start again. So we assume that there's some kind of water in it. So really hoping that will resolve the problem. Otherwise, we'll have to buy another one before the hot dog, which is gonna be very tricky. So what did you catch today?
Alright, so this morning was pretty good. I'm hoping to go out twice today at least, but first up got a, I think it's a spangled emperor or some sort of emperor fish. Weird one yesterday. It's got red behind the fin, so I'll look up what that is soon, but a beautiful color. 2 flatheads which are hiding in the sand. We had one yesterday and it tasted incredible. In fact, my favorite fish I've ever had. So shot a couple more of those, not super big. And then the last one is a cod. Quite a small one, but in size, and it should taste really amazing. But yeah, a bit of a monster, this guy. Big predator fish. So looking forward to having those for lunch and maybe even a little bit of dinner.
So Chris is over there, he's cleaning and preparing the fish. We were parked just here last night. We've just changed location to this little spot. It's a little bit flatter. The car was on a tiny angle, so this is definitely better. So we'll probably set up the awning just to get a bit of shade because it's really hot today.
All right, fish tacos for a change. Look at that. Cannot wait. 2 flatheads and the cod. So that was my first time burleying, so I used the head and the rest of the skeleton of the emperor fish I caught earlier because I had filleted it. So I brought that out in a bag as well as some bits of the crayfish from yesterday, and I laid them in a little bit of a line at the edge of the reef, and literally just in a couple of minutes there was a bunch of cod. So I got this guy, first one of these I've caught, and the other one I believe is a tusk fish, some sort of small tusk fish, and yeah, it should be good eating.
And just like that, another day in paradise ends. So we haven't really vlogged much today. I mean, we do the same in repeat. And since we've broken the GoPro, we are currently vlogging with Chris' phone, which is not really ideal, so sorry for that. So we'll just have dinner now and watch the sunset, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. So because of the way we parked the car yesterday, we are facing currently the ocean and the sun is just behind us. So we're not getting much solar at the moment. So what I do in the morning is I just pull the rooftop tent down. I don't properly pack it or anything, so that up to around midday we get maximum solar this way. And then when the sun is hitting a little bit higher, we can put it back up. So it's an easy fix. Get maximum solar.
Another awesome day here at the beach again today. Went out for a spear, but there was quite a lot of swell, so there were no big fish around, funnily enough. So I started burleying for some crayfish, went to try and grab a couple, but couldn't quite get them in their little lairs, which was annoying. And then a wobbegong carpet shark came along and ate all the fish I'd been burleying with, so that was kind of annoying. And then later on this afternoon, watched a big humpback whale breach not too far away, which was wicked. And then a little seal, yeah, or a sea lion probably, came right up to shore and started swimming around, so I got the drone out over the top of it.
Yeah, that was so cool. So we will be leaving tomorrow and head back to Kalbarri, maybe explore a bit inland as the weather won't be as good on the weekend. And we'll definitely be back next week because we've got a few more days still until the car talk. So stay tuned for next episode, and we'll see you next week, guys.
Thanks so much for your support, guys. We just hit 3,000 subs, which we are stoked with. So cool to see. So cheers for the support, and we'll see you on the next one.